The Placemaking Clarence Valley program is a key piece of practice-based research formed as a partnership between Monash Art, Design and Architecture and Fight to Flourish. So composed of a local community team, design researchers and a group of architecture and urban planning postgraduate students, this novel collaboration was formed to support a group of communities with diverse resilience ideas. It supports community resilience planning through a socially engaged process of co-creating ideas for places, as well as through built and infrastructural outcomes generated from that process.
I'm from Nimborda community, which we got absolutely severely caned in the 2019 fires, and the immediate conversations afterwards were very traumatic for everyone. And what we really needed, and what the placemaking and the whole creative practice of placemaking and this opportunity, it created a space for us as a community, because we all love the place where we stay, which is what Roxanne was talking about. We have a relationship to it. But the placemaking actually created, or the placemaking process created a safe place to have a conversation about how we could become better disaster prepared, but also and enhance the capacity of our shared spaces and places.
We all pull together to support each other and our country to heal. Our connections with everything in our place, country, and how we do that are at the depth of our happiness and health. The people that live on this land have a responsibility to it, to care for it, to respect it, and to give back. It gives to us so often, and we sometimes forget. When our country is healthy, we are healthy. Each of us has our own story of our country, and when we come together to share our stories and honour the land and all that it is and has, the connections we have with it, and to celebrate how amazing it is, we start to weave our stories together. In doing this, we make connections, we find similar threads, we develop our communities.
These making things gave people the space to relax and to vision and to communicate, and then to follow the process and engage with the young people to get the information that we needed to collectively decide what we wanted, what we envisioned. So it was a very brilliant thing. It was wonderful, I've got to say. It was terrific.
There is huge values for students learning how to engage with communities by doing this sort of what we would call technical service learning types of. It's something that I think we're really interested in, because unlike learning in a classroom, if you learn on sites with people, it's much more situated. You sort of really experience and learn. You have engagement with all sorts of complex and messy things around social exchange and difficulties and relational complexities that you can keep at arm's length. It's really important for our disciplines, I should say, and it's really important practice. So this idea, it's also important to talk about the value that we as educators get from being able to create this sort of type of environments.
We granted the 4 communities $200,000 in April this year. What we've seen is that I guess some of the outcomes were part of the process. So having design students on board meant we got these beautiful posters. So our vision, when we do it in co-design with a lean team, it's a big piece of butcher's paper and some sticky notes, but to have that presented back and for the community to be treated with respect, that their ideas were kind of collated into this beautiful strategic placemaking framework for their community, was one thing, and really valued to have that visibility of their ideas and their vision, but also then to have a feedback process where they could sort of report back, attend a Zoom meeting with the team as co-designers, as equal players, and sort of say, well, no, that doesn't represent our community vision, actually. That's not what we said. Or if that's how you interpreted, you sort of got it wrong, and help to sort of, I guess, that synthesis that the students were saying, now we're going to get you synthesized, was ongoing, and it helped to refine ideas, and it also helped to, I guess, build capacity in terms of being part of that process, to then also hear from stakeholders like local council to say, well, this is not possible, or these are the zoning. So I think being part of that process meant there was a lot of learning taking place. Yeah, and so I think those outcomes were quite critical as well.
Yeah.
By including those practices within this project and making sure there was tactile, hands-on, able to see and feel and be part of it, it meant that those healing processes that were so much needed for people to be able to connect and take part in this project properly were enacted. And I think that's why it was so very important. Watching the community and how they all joined in the different communities in their own way was truly amazing. You know, to watch that happen was probably one of the better experiences of my life. Yeah.